Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the Read Health channel. Great to have you here. Today I wanted to go through a couple of really good acupressure points for carpal tunnel syndrome. And those of you with carpal tunnel syndrome will know it's very painful and very debilitating. For those of you that aren't aware of carpal tunnel syndrome, is basically the carpal tunnel lies between the metacarpal bones here and goes proximally through that wrist area, and it's the median nerve which passes through the carpal tunnel area. Now, sometimes due to repetitive strain for using the mouse a lot, people like plumbers, electricians, typists, anyone that does anything repetitive with their hands can get carpal tunnel. And in that case, what happens is that the median nerve gets pinched, or the tunnel size closes due to inflammation and actually pinches the median nerve, which goes down and feeds the three fingers here, which is why when you get carpal tunnel syndrome, you get a lot of pain around this area, okay, the dorsal side of the wrist, the palmar side of the wrist, radiating down into those three fingers. It's like an electric kind of pain. It's very debilitating. What I'm here to show you is a couple of really good acupuncture points which you can use acupressure on to help alleviate those symptoms. In Chinese medicine, going back to meridian theory, the acupuncture meridian that follows the median nerve is the pericardium channel. Now in Chinese medicine, the heart and pericardium relate very specifically to the emotional state. So a lot of the time when you have carpal tunnel syndrome, it may be aggravated by your emotional state. If you're frustrated or angry or upset, you may well find that the symptoms of carpal tunnel get worse. So the two main acupuncture points are on the pericardium channel, which we use these points a lot as well, not just for carpal tunnel locally, but to help with insomnia, to help with anxiety, to help with depression, or that general feeling of melancholy you might get. It's a very effective treatment and they're very effective points. So the points I'm going to show you will double up to treat you if you're feeling a little bit down or depressed, but they're fantastic for carpal tunnel syndrome. Now the first one I'm going to show you is called Pericardium 7, which is basically on the wrist crease. Now to find the wrist crease, if you flex your wrist, you should feel, or you should see, a nice thick crease running across the palmar aspect of the wrist. And what you want to actually do is go in between the two tendons in the wrist. So if you can't find those two tendons, just make a fist, and you can see on me, those tendons should pop up. So they're okay now. When I make a fist, you'll see the tendons pop up, and you want to be in between those, but on the wrist crease itself. Okay. Now, if you do suffer from carpal tunnel syndrome, you'll find that point quite painful, and it may even produce a little bit of a numbness there, okay? But what you want to do is right on that crease and between the two tendons, just press in until you feel that sort of tingly, little bit of a dull sensation, and just stimulate in an anti-clockwise fashion. So rub it in an anti-clockwise fashion, okay, for about 30 seconds to a minute, and that should really help abate the symptoms of your carpal tunnel. Also, that point's used, as I mentioned, when you're feeling a little bit upset or angry or frustrated. That can be a very good point. Same technique, press until you feel that tingling or that dull sensation, and just move in an anti-clockwise fashion. Okay, now the second point we're going to do is just the next one up along the channel, which is called Pericardium 6. Now it's the same kind of idea. You're still going in between those two tendons of the wrist. Now, except for being on the crease, you're actually going 2 finger breaths proximal down that way. Okay, so what you can do, just take your 2 finger breaths like that, find the crease, pop your fingers down, and then that's going to be the spot there. Now you'll know when you're on this spot. Make sure you go in between the two tendons, because when you press down, press deep into that point, you can see I can go quite deep into there, you'll feel an ache radiating through the palm and most likely into the middle finger, which is where the pericardium channel ends. Okay, so 2 finger breaths proximal to the crease, press in till you feel that dull sensation, and again stimulate in an anti-clockwise fashion. Okay, for 30 seconds to a minute as well. Both of those points should have a fantastic effect on carpal tunnel syndrome. Now, obviously we treat carpal tunnel syndrome with a lot of acupuncture, and acupuncture, it's more effective to needle into the acupuncture points to get a fantastic result for carpal tunnel. However, at home you can simply do acupressure for some good symptomatic relief. Okay, so hope that helps, guys. Thanks for tuning in. For more information, if you'd like to visit our website, www.reidhealth.com.au, or if you have any questions, simply call the clinic on 03 9802 7000 and we'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you.